Just going to start standing, feet comfortably under our hips and lifting tall through the back of the head, lifting the heart, letting our shoulders relax, the tailbone relax, and taking a few breaths. So as we inhale, let's lift our heels and bring our arms forward and up. And then as we exhale, pulling the arms out and down. All right, so bringing our heels up as high as they want to go as we lift and exhale out and down. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Good. And then we're going to bring our right knee up as we reach our left arm up, stretching that side. Lift your left knee and reach your right arm. Do this. And just kind of stretch up as you stretch your knee up. Good. Breathe. Of lengthening our side. Reach. All right, and then bringing the feet on the ground, letting your arms rotate internally so that your palms will turn in and then out, and just rounding the upper back, and then rotating the arms externally and lifting and arching the upper back. Right, so letting our arms and shoulders move with this little arching and rounding motions. Lifting as we open, rotating arms inward as we round. In the upper part of our back, inhale. Bringing the shoulder blades back and then bringing them apart. And then coming up to standing, we're going to bring our arms over our head, interlace our fingers, press our palms to the ceiling and look up. Little stretching of our torso here. And then release the arms down and just kind of swing them side to side. Letting just the torso move to start with. And then as we move, we can kind of let the hips come into it too, and just let our whole body kind of sway a little bit side to side. Maybe your foot turns in as you twist, right? Bringing the whole leg into it. So leg kind of internally rotates. And then coming to stillness in the center, we'll widen our legs a bit, pointing our toes slightly out, right? So that second position. And then just circle the hips around. I mentioned at the beginning, before some of you came in, that we're kind of focusing a lot on circling and joint movement and stuff like that today. Right? And also the other direction, also the spiraling motion of our body. Getting into that. Yeah. And then coming to stillness, bending the knees and coming down till our hands are on the ground in front of us, and seeing how deep of a squat our body wants to go here. You might be able to lower down quite a ways. You might be just in a half squat, whatever your body's able to do. Yeah. And then we're going to roll up. So straightening our legs, releasing our arms, letting them dangle, and rolling back. Now we're going to take a little side stretch and lunge to the side and to the other side. Just stretch across. Lunging as far as you want to. Yeah, reach. And then we'll bring ourselves back to center and bring our feet in together. And we'll come to the end of our mat or wherever you want to be and roll down. So letting your head be heavy and shoulders round, letting our knees be soft, and we go all the way down And maybe you're able to put your hands on the ground, bend and straighten the knees. And then bending one knee and then the other. So one leg straight, one leg bends. Letting your hips kind of shift here. A little walk, right? It's like a little walking motion. And then coming to center, we'll walk our hands out into pike or down dog, spread the fingers wide, and stretching our hips down, lifting our tailbone. Let your weight shift around a bit. Side to side. If you bend one knee and then the other, right? Feeling that hip shift and movement. And then coming out a little farther in toward a high plank or a full plank. However far down your body wants to go. Taking a couple of deep breaths here. And coming down to the mat. We'll bring ourselves around onto our back. So letting our feet be close to our hips, right? Fairly close, in line with the sits bones. Arms by our side. And then just inhaling. As we inhale, letting our back just do a little arch as it naturally does if you inhale. And then as you exhale, the tailbone curls up and our low back presses into the mat, right? So inhale, relax your back as you breathe. Inhale, letting it arch. Exhale, letting that tailbone curl up. Inhale, arch. Loosening. This is a very simple, nice thing to do for the low back, just to do this little pelvic tilt. And the next time we exhale, we'll go ahead and peel our spine off the mat into a bridge. Good. And then pressing the hips up, we'll bring our arms over our head and relax them on the floor. And exhale down one vertebra at a time. So melting the spine down. And then inhale the arms back down by our side. Exhale, curl the tailbone and peel the spine off the mat. Inhaling the arms back over our head. Exhaling one bone at a time. So just stretching the spine back down. And then the arms come back by our side. Inhale, exhale, curl up and peel the spine on up. And arms over the head. And we're going to stay here. Before you melt your spine down, relax your arms and just tilt your left hip a little bit down. Lower it and scoop it back up. And then tilt your right hip down, lower and scoop it back up. Let's do a little lower and press the hips up. Tilt the pelvis, lower, and then press straight up to the top. Right. Just kind of moving our pelvis in this sort of figure eight, sort of infinity, right, symbol movement. So we try to hold our legs pretty still and isolate our pelvis. Just twisting and lifting. Rotating down, pressing back up. Good. Doesn't have to lower that far. And the next time we press our hips up, go ahead and stay there. Take an inhale, and then melting our spine down on our exhale. Relax the pelvis. Let your knees sway over to the left. Good. And lift them up and sway over to the right. See if we can feel our shoulders and arms all the way on the ground. And lift back up. And now open the knees apart. So feet together, knees open. Clasp hands behind the head. Good. And then we're going to take a side bend to the right. So just slide your torso toward the right, right elbow pointing to right knee. Opening that left side body. And then back to center and just side bend over to the left. Shoulders all the way on the ground. Elbows wide. Good. And then coming back to center. Good. Lift the knees up. And we're going to take the legs over to the left again, keeping them pretty close together. Inhale. As we exhale, we're just going to press our head and shoulders straight up. Right? So with our knees to the left. Inhale, lie back down. And exhale, press up, supporting head with hands. Good. Inhale, lie back down. Exhale, press up. Inhale, lie back down. Exhale, press up. And this time we'll lie back down, lift our knees up to the top, and sway them over to the right. Take an inhale, and then exhale, press straight up. Inhale, lie back down. Exhale, press up. Legs are relaxed in your twist. Inhale, lie back down. Shoulders come all the way onto the ground. Press up. Inhale, lie back down. Exhale, press up. Inhale, lie down. And exhale, last one. Press up. This time we'll stay up. We'll lift our knees back to the top. Good. Press up a little bit higher. And lay your spine back down, head and shoulders onto the mat. And then we're going to take that right knee up and then the left knee up. Inhale. Exhale, press those legs out as you press head and shoulders up, reaching through your heels, whatever angle happens. Inhale, pull the knees in as you lay back down. Exhale, press up, stretch through your heels. Inhale, lie back down. Now open your knees apart, heels together, same thing. Press up, only our hips are externally rotated. Inhale, lie back down. Exhale, press up. Inhale, lie back down. Exhale, press up. Last one. Good. And lie back down. And go ahead and release your hands from your head. Hug your knees. Rock your body around. And then we're going to put our right leg, our right foot on the ground. And with your left leg in tabletop, put both hands on top of your left leg, on top of your thigh. Good. And you're just going to press into your leg as your leg presses into your hand on the exhale. Right? So inhale, relax. Exhale, press. Inhale, relax. Exhale, press. Inhale, relax. Exhale, press. Good. And then extend your right leg on the mat. And this time we're going to press into our leg, curl up. Inhale, relax. Exhale, press. Inhale, relax. Exhale, press. Same thing, right? One more. And then lie the head and shoulders down. Take hold of your left knee with your left hand. Maybe your right arm wants to extend out from your shoulder or lay on the ground. Circle that knee, relax your leg. Just kind of do a few little circles, letting your leg bone relax. Good. And then we're going to pull that knee in, extend your leg to the ceiling, grab hold wherever you can, and press your head and shoulders up, stretch that leg. We give it a good stretch, and sort of stretch our right leg on the ground, right, as we stretch our left leg towards us. Good. And you might lay your head and shoulders back down to give that leg a little more stretch wherever you can hold on. You can move your foot, obviously, while you're here. Circle the ankle. And then we're going to bring our hands behind our head, clasp our hands behind our head, head on the ground. And with that leg as straight as you can, take it across your body and lift it up. And then open it out to the side. Exhale it back up. And take it across the body. Maybe you can go a little farther, keeping your shoulders down. Exhale up and open. Exhale, lift. Inhale across the body. Feel that stretch through your leg and hip. Exhale up. Inhale, open. Exhale up. And then from here, release your hands from your head. Lay them on the ground. And we're going to circle the leg across, down, around, and back. So a few circles, letting our hips kind of roll around as we circle that leg nice and big. And then when our legs comes back to the top, we can reverse our circles the other direction. It's okay that your knee is bent as much as it needs to be. And circle around. One more big circle. And then when you come to the top, hug your knee in, give it a stretch. So we're going to put that foot on the floor, bring our right leg up into tabletop with our hands on top of our thigh. And just inhale. As you exhale, press leg into hands, hands into leg. And then relax as you inhale. Right, so you feel your tailbone sort of curl up and we engage our lower belly here as we press and relax. And then we're going to extend that left leg as we curl up. Same thing. We're going to just only we're lifted up. We're just going to press and release. Press on the exhale. Good. Last one. Relaxing your head and shoulders down. We're going to take hold of this right knee, circle the leg around, relax it, your left arm wherever it wants to go. Okay, just feel that leg totally relaxing your hip socket. And then we're going to extend our leg to the ceiling, curl up, give it a stretch towards you. And you might move your foot. You might want to lie your head and shoulders back down. If it gets too much to keep them up, you might come up and down, whatever feels good to you. Just give this leg a good stretch. Bend and straighten. You need to, right? Anything that feels good to your leg and your foot. And your ankle. Really stretching our left leg on the ground. And then we're going to bring our hands behind our head again. Hands clasped behind the head, head down. And take this leg as straight as you can. Just open it out to the side. And then lift it up and take it across the body. Shoulders stay on the ground. And lift it up. And open it out to the side. Opening that hip. Exhale up. So we're going across. Maybe going a little farther even. As we go, exhale up, open out to the side, and lift up, and across, and lift up. Getting that stretch in the outer part of our leg and hip. Inhale, open, exhale, lift. And then we get to the top, releasing our head, arms out from our shoulders, circle that leg down, across the body, down, open it around and back to the top. So nice big circles, moving our hips, relaxing our shoulders, okay. Using our breath. And then after you've done about 4 or so, we reverse our circles, take it the other direction, 4 or 5 circles each way. And breathe. And then after we finish this circle, we can hug our knee, stretch it in. And then we're going to bring both legs into tabletop, hands clasped behind our head. And we're going to press our head and shoulders up, extend through that right leg. And then take your right arm to the outside of your left leg and kind of pull into a little rotation. Right? Pressing arm into leg, leg into arm. And then bring everything back to center. Extend through your left leg, right arm to the outside of your right leg. And back to center and switch. And center and switch. So you're doing a little bit of a pressing of that arm and leg together and twisting, right? And then back to center and twist. But the legs stay nice and strong in that same plane. Good. And when you're even on both sides, go ahead and relax down, hug your knees. We're going to just stir our legs with our hands on our knees. Just let them relax in the hip socket. Opposite directions, the circles, right? So you can really release the hips. And then stretch your body out, reach your arms over your head, flex your feet, and stretch through one arm and leg, and then the other, and just do a little side to side stretch here. Good. And then we'll relax, open legs a little wider, arms into that wide V, feet flex, take one hand over to the other and stretch in that spiraling motion, reaching past that hand if you can, really reach. And let that hand slide up and out and open to the other side, take it across and reach. And coming onto our back, we'll bring our legs together. If you want, you can bend your knees. That makes it easier to roll up. So you can just sweep your arms down. You might grab hold of your legs or just reach through your feet and come up to sitting. And we'll take a little stretch forward with our lifted sits bones. Stretch forward over the legs. Good. And then coming up to sitting, move my mat here. We're going to bend our knees and place your hands right in front of the knee, right? So it's the top of your shin. Instead of under your thighs where we usually do, press it into the top of your shin. And inhale. As we exhale, we're just going to curl and round back just enough till we get our arms straight or we feel our sacrum on the mat. Right? And then you're just going to lift your left foot off the mat and a little bit and just turn and look over your left shoulder. Right? So that foot just floats up and just twist to the left and then bring everything center. And then float your right foot up and just twist and look over your right shoulder. And back. A couple more times, float the left foot, turn and look behind you on the left side. And bring it back. Right foot floats up, turn and look behind you. And back to center. Pull yourself up. Good. Lengthen the spine. We're going to reach our arms up by our ears. Inhale tall. As we exhale, arms come forward and we go back as far as we feel like we should go. Maybe that's to the rib cage. Inhale, exhale, reach and roll back up. Lifting tall. And exhale, arms forward, rounding back. Good. Inhale, exhale, pull yourself up. Lift tall, arms reach, and bring them forward and round back. Again, maybe to the shoulders. Inhale, exhale, ourselves up and lift. Good. And then we're going to bring our arms forward and bring the backs of your hands together. So this will internally rotate our shoulders, right? So pressing the backs of our hands towards each other, into each other, inhale, and then just rounding back on your exhale. But again, however far you think you can go. And then inhale, exhale, rounding back up. And as we come up, we open the arms till our palms are facing up and stretch over the legs. So you can let your legs bend and straighten, or you can keep them straight. Whatever feels good to you. Press the backs of the hands together. I like to bend my legs a little bit when I go down. So you're going to round back, pressing hands into each other. Inhale, exhale up. And as we come up, we open until our shoulders are externally rotated and our palms are facing up. Take a stretch. Just one more time. So backs of the hands pressed together. Shoulders internally rotated as we round back. Exhale, press into your hands to help you come up, and then open, palms face up, stretch over the legs. And lifting up to sitting, you can relax your arms. We're going to cross our right ankle. This is different than we've done. Cross your right ankle, lay it on top of your left ankle so the legs are crossed. And we're going to roll back. And as we roll back, we're going to lift our legs up in this position. Then you're going to open them apart, switch them, left ankle on top, lower the legs, and then start to curl up and roll back up. This is a variation on an exercise. Go ahead and stretch over your legs and then come up, and you're going to roll back with your left ankle on top. As we roll back, our legs come up. Okay. And then we open them apart and we switch, lift our head and shoulders, and we roll up, lowering our legs. Take a stretch. It's a variation of what's called boomerang in Pilates. Okay, go ahead and uncross. Bend your knees, draw yourself onto your back, legs to the ceiling. It's called boomerang, but we were doing a gentle version. Okay, with our legs together, arms out from our shoulders, just going to take our legs over to the right, anchoring our left shoulder, and then exhale them back up. Take the legs over to the left, anchoring your right shoulder, and you might have your knees bent. That's okay. Do it with bent knees. Exhale up. And then we're going to take it into a corkscrew. So bring it over to the side. Bring the legs away from you and around. Back to the top and reverse. Bring the legs away and back to the top. So we're making a little circle with our sacrum in the ground as we circle our legs. And you can also put your arms in a different position. It doesn't matter. Wherever your arms are comfortable, they might want to be by your side. Okay. Just breathe with this circle. Alternating our circle. That's the way I like to do it. You can go in one direction. I like alternating. And then when we come around to the top on this one, we're going to bend our knees, curl up and hug your knees and round your body. Curl into a ball. And then if it works for you to rock on your spine, do a little rock and rock around. If it doesn't work for you, then of course don't do it. But do a little rocking here if you can, holding onto your legs and doing a real rolling on our spine, and then we'll eventually come all the way up to sitting and bring ourselves around to our side, one side, whichever side you want to start with. So let's lie down on that arm, legs together. Bring our top arm over our head and do a big stretch, legs away from arms. Inhaling as we stretch, keep those legs together as you lift them up. Press your head and shoulders up a little bit. Rainbow that arm and then lift it up and lower back down. So legs stayed nice and close together. Inhale, kind of do a little stretch and then rainbow that arm as you press up. And inhale and exhale back down. And take a break and then reach and exhale up again. One more time. And inhale and exhale down. And then go ahead and let your hand come on the ground. Bend your knees comfortably. We're going to take that top leg with the knee bent. You're going to bring it forward and stretch it back. Again, try not to let your hips move, right? We're going to pull that knee back and then bring the leg forward and pull back and forward. And then we're going to circle it. Next time we pull it back, I'm going to circle it up, around to the front and back and lift and circle it forward and back. Really pulling that knee back, making a full big circle. Good. And then we'll reverse the circle. Next time you press back, bring it forward, around, and back. Forward, up, and back. Yeah. Circling the hip. Circling the leg in our hip socket. And the next time our leg goes back, we're just going to lay it down on the floor and press up onto your elbow. Bring your top arm up and open to the back. So a little chest opening to the ceiling. And then lift that arm and thread it through your bent arm that's on the mat. So do a little thread the needle stretch here. And bring that arm back. We're going to extend our top leg. And as we kick it forward, we're going to take our arm back. And then as our leg goes back, we're going to bring our arm forward. And breathe. So just opposite arm, leg, right? Little twisty motion. pressing that elbow into the ground. Remember, I mentioned we're going to do a lot of twisting and circular movement, right? A lot of joint movement. Good. And the next time our leg goes back, just stay there and reach your arm away from your leg for a moment. Kind of do a little side stretch across the body. And then let your top leg relax on your bottom leg. Press elbow into ground. Lift the ribs. Reach up. And lower the hips back down. And again, reaching the arm. Lift the ribs. Lift the hips up. If you can, extend your top leg and just kind of lift and lower it a couple times, but this is optional, okay? Optional lift and lower. And next time we lower, we can let everything come all the way down and bring ourselves up into mermaid or wherever your legs want to go. Take a little side stretch. I know there's a lot of new things I'm bringing in that are more like kind of flowy, and if it's hard to follow, I apologize. Cross that top leg over. You just have to watch the recording and do it again. Unless you don't like it. Okay, just take a little hip stretch here. Maybe twist or fold forward over the legs. Whatever kind of hip stretch feels good to you. All right, and then we'll bring ourselves around to our other side. Now lie down on our arm over our head, glue the legs together. You might flex your feet and just do a big stretch, inhaling, and then as we exhale, lifting the legs, pressing our head and shoulders up a bit, and we rainbow that arm. And then inhale up, exhale back down. Good, and breathe. Exhale up. Inhale, exhale down. And stretching and then pressing up, reaching the arm, and then lifting and lowering back down. And then let your hand come in front of you. Let your knees bend a bit. Take that top leg with the bent knee, and you're going to pull that knee back and then bring it forward and pull it back without letting our hips move. Feel a stretch in the top of your thigh, right? Really pull. And then we're going to circle the leg. Next time we pull it back, you're going to pull and then lift around and forward. Pull it back and lift around to the front. Pull it back. The knee stays in the same position, so we're moving our hip joint. We're really loosening up our hip joint, right? And then we'll reverse. Next time you pull it back, forward and up and back around. Keep our hips young and healthy. Keep the fluids, the synovial fluids moving in there, right? That's what we need to do as we get older. All right, and then next time our leg circles back, you can relax that leg down and come up onto your elbow. We're going to take our top leg straight, and we're going to reach that leg back as our arm reaches forward. Kick the leg forward as the arm goes back. I'm not sure if I'm remembering the same order as I did it last time, but hopefully I'll include everything we did. So twisting as we reach arm and leg away from each other, right? You can follow your arm or you can just keep your gaze forward and play with that, right? Whatever feels good to you. Pressing our elbow into the ground. I think I did mix up the order, but that's okay. We'll do it all. And then next time we reach arm forward, leg back, just add a little bit of a stretch there. And then let your knee bend, relax behind you, open your arm to the back, lift your chest, looking up, and then take that arm and we're going to dive it through that bottom arm to a little thread the needle. So stretching the shoulder. And bringing it out. Let your knees relax together, pressing our elbow into the ground, lifting our rib cage, lifting our hips, and lowering back down. And again, lifting the rib cage, lifting the hips as we stretch up, straighten that top leg. And if you want, play around with lifting and lowering it, but optional. Adding a little more challenge to the shoulders, right? And then lower everything down, let that knee bend, and come up to take a little side stretch in mermaid or however your legs will go. And then we'll do a little hip stretch, crossing that top leg over. Explore a little hip stretch here. Of course, you might want to move your head and neck around to just whatever feels comfortable to your head and neck, your shoulders. And then we'll come out from that hip stretch and bring our, might not be sitting, but if you're not, you can come up, bring your hands behind your hips, draw your feet towards you. Inhale, and then press the hips up. You exhale and inhale, pressing into the ground as we lower our hips down. Inhale, exhale, press the hips up. Inhale, exhale, back, pressing into the ground to really use our shoulders and our arms. One more. Inhale, exhale, up. Inhale, exhale, slowly lower down. I feel for your wrists, I know. Open and close. Circle them around. Okay, coming on to our all fours. We're spread our fingers wide. And of course, if you want to, do anything you need to for support for your wrist, roll your mat up or lean your body weight slightly back so not too much weight on your wrists. Inhale here as we exhale, we're going to round and curl our tailbone under, press the hips back a little bit towards the heels, lift back up and arch. Inhaling and exhaling, curl the tailbone, press back and lift back. This time when we arch, we're going to go ahead and straighten our legs, come into a little up dog stretch, looking up and back to the knees, curl the tailbone under, press back And lift up. And you might need to move your hands slightly farther ahead if this makes it more comfortable for you. Into that up dog stretch, pressing arms into the ground. And then back. Curl the tailbone under, round back. And lift up. And this time we'll come into that up dog stretch. And we'll stay here and just look over your left shoulder. And back around and look over your right shoulder. And back to center. And press up. Roll the tailbone under. Stretch back to your heels for a moment. Take a little moment. And lifting back up to our all fours. We're just going to take our left leg back with the knee bent. You're going to lift that knee behind you. Open it to the side. So kind of opening that left hip up. And then bring it back to parallel and lower down. And then we're going to lift our right leg behind us, knee bent. Really lift. And then open it to the right, open out to that right side. And then bring it back and lower down. And this time we'll do it one more time. We're going to circle. So you're going to lift that left leg up, open it to the side, and then draw a circle down and back and up. Around to the side, down and back and up. So it comes, knee comes towards shoulder, lowers down. Foot lifts up, right? And just making a big circle with that leg. And then next time it comes down, knee comes to the mat. We're going to take our right leg back, lift it up, open it to the side, and then circle. So circling nice and big. If you have a hard time being on your hands and wrists, it's always nice to lean slightly back. Just kind of shift the body weight slightly back or put padding under your hands. Make a little ledge. All right. Next time that knee comes down, just lower it. Sit back to your heels. Take a little stretch back. We're going to come onto our belly and bringing your hands out from your shoulders, kind of a little bit out, not too far away, but not so close that they're right under your shoulders. So just slightly away from your shoulders. And elbows, forearms on the ground. We're going to lengthen our head and chest out and up and just press into the mat to lift up a little bit and lower back down. And as we lower down, we're going to turn our head to the right. And then we're going to press, lengthen out and up, look forward as we press up and lower down, taking your head to the right. So just turning your head, alternating. As we press up, we look forward and we lift up a little bit. As we lower down, our head turns the other way. So side to side with the head. And then looking forward as we press up. And lower down, head looks to the other direction. Whatever direction, it's alternating. And then one more time, press up. And lower down, head turns to the side. Stay here. Reach your arms behind your back. You might be able to clasp your hands. If not, just rest the back of your hands on your hips. That's what I do. And we're going to inhale. As we exhale, we're going to stretch for our feet, lift up, look forward into dart. Roll those shoulders back, right? Reach. And then turn your head the other direction as you lie down and bring your hands back on your back. And you might be able to clasp, and then inhale, exhale, lift up and reach. Roll the shoulders back, and then turn your head the other direction as you lie back down. It's a double leg kick variation. And then again, inhale, exhale, reach back, look forward. Head turns the other direction. Lie down. Inhale, exhale, stretch back. Now stay here. Bring your arms out from your shoulders and draw your elbows back towards your waist, hands on the mat where we started, and relax down. Then we're going to press up again. So do that little lifting up, pressing into the mat, little back extension, and then lower back down. Lift your right leg up, cross it over your left, rolling off that right hip. And then lift it back up and return to where you were. Press up again, arms into the mat, up, lower down. Lift your left leg, take it across your body, stretching it back, rolling off of that hip, and bring it back down. Good, now stay here. You're going to reach your right arm over your head, left arm for your left foot, and you're just going to stay up and switch side to side. So like a little propeller or something, right? Just arms are going to sweep. You're going to follow the arm back. Do a little twist here. One arm reaches overhead, one arm reaches for the foot. Switch, switch. Good, and then just bring both arms underneath you, relax down. We're going to go ahead and bring ourselves up onto our knees, stretch back to our heels. Child's pose, back stretch. Stretch the arms out in front if you can. Head down. Maybe open the knees apart if that feels good to you. All right, and then coming around to sitting, kind of reorient ourselves here. We'll just do do a little bit of a teaser variation. Teaser variation. So you just want to hold on underneath your legs. Take a breath. Good. And then next exhale, we're just going to let our tailbone curl under us and round back to our sacrum. Lift one leg, lift your other leg up, and we're balancing here. Good. And your knees are bent, but if you want to, you can straighten them, of course. We're just going to release and reach for our feet. Roll back a little bit till we find our rib cage. And then kind of pull the knees in a little bit more. Inhale, exhale, stretch the legs out and roll back up. Basically, it's a little roll up with your legs in the air, right? So you're just going to roll back slowly just till you find your rib cage or shoulder blades. Maybe pull the knees in a bit. Inhale, exhale, stretch the legs out. Hold on to your legs if you want. You can always hold on to your legs or not, right? One more time, roll back. Pull the knees in. Inhale, exhale, roll up. And we'll bring our feet down to the mat. Open the knees apart. I'll face forward. That diamond. And stretch forward over your legs. And then come up. And we're going to extend. Let's extend. Let's do this. And I know a lot of people can't straddle very easily. So let's do this with our right leg straddled out and our left foot in. We're going to bring our arms out. I'm just going to vary it a little bit here. So we're going to inhale as we rotate toward the left. We're going to press up and reach into that side stretch. Lift and then come back around and rotate to the right. So it's a saw variation. And again, inhale, exhale, rotate back and reach, lift the hips and lower down. Inhale, center, exhale, rotate to the right. Little twist. Good. Variation on a saw twist. One more time, reach it out, lift up. Come down and rotate right. And come center and relax your arms and we'll switch sides. So take the right foot to the left leg. Good. Inhale, exhale over to the right. You're going to stretch back, lift the hips. And bring it back to center on the inhale. Twist to the left. Inhale, center, exhale back. Reach, lift and arch back. And lower it down as you inhale. Exhale to the left. One more time. Stretch back. Inhale, lower. Come center. Exhale, twist left. And around to center. And go ahead and bring your legs out in front of you in that diamond again. One more stretch forward. And come up. All right, thank you all for coming. Today I'm going to hit the button here.